I'm back. Sunshine and Magic. Alicia Clark-Teper here. Thank you so much for tuning into my 40 days of healing. Is often done in silence. And I wanted to talk about astrology today. Being an astrologer, an intuitive channel, Holy Fire 3 Karuna Reiki Master, Yin Yoga instructor, and so much more. If you've tuned in before, you know. Um, Astrology for me became a presence in my life when I was a young girl. My father owned and still owns, or is still part of, a picture frame and art gallery. And across the street from the location was this place called the Alhambra Institute. And every month they would put out this marigold colored circular, and it contained horoscopes. It talked about Mercury retrogrades. It gave lucky numbers. It gave lottery numbers. It gave other advice. And in the back of it, it had uh, ways that you could connect with people. And so I was in charge every month to go across the major street, get the circular that was down in this metaphysical shop, which I was raised Catholic. And so it was like taboo to be in there, but felt so safe and like I was supposed to be. And so it was just such a joy to go in there with the eyes and awe of a youngster, and looking at platonic solids and tarot decks and incense and hamsas and all of this stuff. And just people would be like, do you need anything? And I'd be like, oh my gosh, you talked to me. And I'd run out, and but still in love with it, just not knowing how to include it in my life. And so years passed, still getting those marigold flyers. I saw in the back that you could send away with a self-addressed stamped envelope and a check and get your birth chart done. So I sent away for it. 3 months later, I received it in the mail, and I opened it up and I looked at it, and I didn't have any idea how to read it at the time. I was around 14 or 15 years old, and I looked at it, and I had nothing in my marriage house. I had nothing in my children's house. I had nothing in my hobbies house. And I was like, what? I'm not going to get married. I'm not going to have kids, and I'm not going to have any hobbies. How does that play out in life? And so I put it away in a book, and I closed it up, and I walked away. And then several years later, in about 2000, when the internet came around, I got on and I typed in all my information and got my chart. Lo and behold, it was the exact same thing. And I was like, what is this? It still says I'm not going to have any kids. I'm not going to have a job. And I'm not going to have a marriage. And I just didn't get it. And so I folded it up and I put it back away again. In 2017, I had the opportunity to have an astrology chart reading. And so I said, yes. This person opened up my chart and voila, read it, talked to me about it, and made me understand that just because there's nothing in the houses that signify these things doesn't mean that they don't happen. It means that they're not the focus in your life. So the focus of my life was not to be around children. I don't have children, though. The focus, I am married, but my focus is not around my marriage. I have hobbies, but that is not necessarily the focus that I have either. And so as I learned more, I understood more. And the birth chart is just such a fascinating place to start. It brings validation to your life. It allows you the ability to understand yourself without trying to figure out why am I like that? What is that? The way that astrology works is that it is a circular style chart. It has broken down into 12 different houses. Each of the houses has a different kind of setting to it. Then your planets are put into there, and the planets put into there is unique to you because it is based upon your location, your birth time, and your birth date. It is really imperative that you have the exact time of your birth so that you can get the proper reading for it. The data that then pops up is the data that when you decided to incarnate, this was the map that you wanted to experience life through. And so the trials and tribulations that you wanted to grow and experience through life are found in your birth chart. And it is not something that says, I am this. It is something that is a kind of like your operator's manual. I run my energy in this fashion. If you happen to be, and you can break it down into elements. So if you happen to be an air sign, a Gemini, a Libra, an Aquarius, you are all about communication, all about learning and things going on in the mental space. Air signs all work in the mental space. If you are a water sign, a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces, you work in the emotional field. Everything has to be ran through your emotional field in order for you to feel okay with your decisions and the way that things go. If you're a fire sign, everything is bold and fiery, and you have the inspiration and the ability to be able to spark the action just like that. And then if you have earth or are an earth sign in your chart, you are more grounded. You have the ability to manifest things. It takes the inspiration of fire put with the thought of air, bringing in the emotional quality of water to actually make the manifestation of earth. And earth is the tangible things. The earth is our senses. It's our sense of smell, taste, touch, sight, and hearing. And so all of those things come together to be able to touch and sense and know. So each one of those pieces brings different things for you and to you, and you have planets listed through different ones of them, and that's the way that you run your energy for each of those planets, through your emotional field, through your physical body field, through your mental body field, and then the fire is your spiritual body field. So we have 4 separate fields to us. Engaging in all of them helps us to be a more holistic person. And finding out all about your astrology will help you to run your energy more efficiently and in your greater best interest. If you have questions about that, if you want to know more about your astrology, I can help you pull your chart. I can talk to you about it. And if you are an astrologer and you want to get a second opinion, or maybe learn more about what's going on right now in your transits or your progressions, your zodiacal releasing, and the process that's going on for you right now, I'd be more than happy to help you and get to know yourself and your chart better. Until next time, it's such a pleasure. Hope you have a great night. See you soon.